Right then, part 2 of the PD engine durability test. So if you recall the last video, we tried to kill it, just revving its nuts off for as long as we could, giving it loads of nitrous. I killed the clutch and the gearbox in the process, so that did change what we wanted to do next, because I'd like to have got it on the dyno and see how much power the nitrous gave it and stuff, but we've done videos showing that on cars we're not trying to kill, so forgetting about that now. So we put it out there in the last video, what do people want to do? Had a look at the comments. Before we got too excited, I came out and checked if this actually started, so I put the jump back on and...
Still at 12 volts.
So, fired up pretty easily, to be fair. I just needed to crank it a little bit longer. I think the battery was a little bit weak, or the jump pack were a little bit weak, but literally started straight away. So, happy with that. So then, onto the planning of this next part, which seems like everybody just wants to kill it. I like the idea that somebody had using it as a vacuum cleaner, but that'd mean buying a load of rows that I ain't got and wafting it around. There's not a lot of stuff to hoover up here. We keep it pretty tidy. So, that, maybe another time. But the main one, people just said, see how high it can rev and squirt loads of brake cleaner, easy start or whatever in there and see. So somebody in the comments did state that a Peugeot 206 HDI took a full 600 millilitre can, which I think this can also take. But what we will see is how high it revs when it's doing it. But before we do that, let's see how high on fuel only. This has just got normal diesel. It had half a tank when we got the car. See how high it'll rev. Bit difficult to see because the clocks don't work, which they never did in this. I don't know why. It must have known what its fate were going to be. But what Tom has done, if we have a look, oh, you can. Oh no! Open door from inside, Tom. There, there. That's how you do that. There, so that does work. So Tom's got his laptop hooked up, but if you look where this red cable goes, it goes all the way to here, which really, I think we should shield this if thinking about it. So this little module here, duct taped to one of our ECUs with a little ribbon cable going into the EEPROM, is an OLS 300 it's called, which works with WinOls, so OLS, WinOLS, whatever you want to call it. That means we can live tune this PD, not like you would on a petrol engine where you can hack away and blow it up to your heart's content without any problems. This, when you make a big change, it does stall the engine, you've got to restart it. So if that happens, don't worry too much. So yeah, I think we just need to get cracking with this first part of the test and see what happens. And if you don't like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. And if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. So yeah, let's go for it. So I'll get prepared before we do any more of this. Put this through as pre-prepared hole under the wiper to obviously hold it in properly. Put it in that little hole and it's less chance of coming out. Oh, coming wrong way. There we go. No tie-ups for this. There's no British standards for a brake cleaner installation. I do feel like I want to cover that up a little bit. I feel like that's exposed to any... Yeah, I'll get something better than that. Something explosion proof. To that guy that wants them wheels off this, there's 5 of them. You can have one for free. Right, I think that'll satisfy me. There. Ballistic proof. Right, go on Tom, start it up. So can everybody not step past here? It's hard to get to communicate. Can we have the one where you... Oh, you can leave duration on, I suppose, can't you?
I can't. It's all or nothing. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
log it as well, just it's not going to slow it down, is it? Yeah, just log it.
Ready, boys?
Yeah. Hold it on.
There's a rev limiter in there that's stopping me from actually activating it properly.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, it's frozen.
Vagcom's not happy, is it? So is a rev limiter what?
There's a rev limiter in there or something that's stopping me from leaving it properly up there. Okay then.
It didn't last long.
I think that might be compressor.
No.
I think that was a flywheel.
That's flywheel. Flywheel's just come out there.
We've got shrapnel. Flushes on the floor.
Need to pull. Let me just pull under tray down. Look at starter motor. Starter motor's hanging off. Oh, we need to disconnect battery.
Oh shit.
Is that you electrocute this then again?
Yeah.
Should we all start and key? It'll go again. That's annoying that because how strong do you reckon you've got to be to won't start while it's cranking?
Fairly strong. Ratchet strap round it. Are we saying we're not scrapping it, we're putting a gearbox in it and going again? Single mass. Do you think it needs it? But that is a reason. That is a reason why you can't rev nads off a dual mass, isn't it?
Jesus. I've never seen that before.
So, before we do it again, we need to obviously get the thingy, don't we?
Has it done all flywheel bolts as well? Or is it
I think it's just blurred.
flywheel bolts spat out of back.
Is there something
I
about
think-
There's something back, yeah.
Is there?
It happened to the roaster. That.
Yeah.
Ah, we'll tap them out and they'll go again.
Right.
Yeah, it's right that.
I think that gearbox will go again. Has anybody gonna?
Pieces, I'll weld it up. Yeah, we'll find them all. We'll find gearbox. Just take gearbox
Didn't
off
go
and
far.
fucking make a cradle for a starter motor onto gearbox mount. Done.
Yeah.
No resistance.
Take this off before we have a fire. I've had a few of them, haven't I? So that.
Good call on moving everybody out of the way.
Yeah. So nobody stands anywhere near this shizzle. You what? Yeah, I was ragging it last time, wasn't I? Look at all that. It's just ripped it clean off. It's broken. That's flywheel.
That's flywheel, yeah.
It's ripped all wiring loom off engine as well.
Oh shit.
I think it was one at pressure plate rivet.
Oh yeah.
That hit that board that backed like a bullet.
Did it?
I'm glad you put that board up.
Yeah. That's what I thought. It needs.
Thought you'd have had an hole through
Yeah.
it.
I think next time we're doing it, we need to be like surrounded by like just ballistic proof stuff.
I'll just get mine sealed up.
Yeah, see, good job we did that. Yeah, watch that ribbon. So this is short and sweet at minute. I don't think we can do anything else with the engine at the moment, but it's survived. Injector, glow plug loom's not, that's been ripped off. Injector loom's been ripped out. But it's not the engine's fault, the flywheel couldn't take it. So, yeah, if we can get a rev, we need to get a rev counter in this, so we need to figure that out. Before we do anything else, we want a rev counter. If we get a rev counter that'll work, so we can actually see what it'll rev to, we'll put a single mass in it. I've got some more gearboxes, we'll just put another gearbox in it. Or worst case, we can take that out of the equation completely and just put a bell housing on it and a starter motor and just hold it in somehow. But I think better just putting a gearbox in. So yeah. This is why in drag racing they have like big ballistic cases going around the bell housings, because, and the band cast flywheels in a lot of drag racing, because that's what happens to them. It went off like a bomb. Probably more dangerous than it should have been. So, yeah. Come back for part 3 and hopefully we see what the engine can take, not everything else around it. So, quick disclaimer, this drain runs to an interceptor tank that gets emptied, an interceptor tank to separate oil and water. So don't worry, we're not harming the environment.